Hey guys, it's me. Stick around. I'm gonna try to open up. I'm gonna try to tell you about the dilemma I'm going through, and it has to do with this channel and the subject and all that kind of stuff. And this is gonna be me trying very hard to reach deep, tell you some real facts, accumulate it kind of in a pile, and see what we come up with and see what kind of feedback I get, or because I'm getting a lot of dog shit wiped in my face over the subject, guys, and it's really tough survival doing the subject as it is in any league for any of the people that are out there, any level I should say, instead of league maybe. But I'm going to come around and sit in front of the camera there, probably about, oh, I can sit there then. Perfect. So I'm going to try to remember not to talk when vehicles are coming or mimic noise of vehicles. You're going to notice a strong presence of noise because there's a hill that comes down there, and it's, you know, the corner's over back that way a bit, but the hill comes down and they really take advantage of that hill. They'll put train, like I'm on a couple of plateaus high from the real river, and they put in back on the plateau, and it's a huge plateau, and they turn around and they exaggerate the sounds of the trains in that. And I don't know, it's really hard to be like just coming to that blank. It's a hard subject to start on. You're probably getting, if you know how to look, then understand the value of color. Understand that if you ever see a rainbow and it is not that common color how we see, I wonder if the police are coming to check out me because I'm sitting there. No, I think there could be some gangster activity up in there. Some of the newbies that are, they sure got some fancy cars. It's just a brand new subdivision, so I wonder if too much horsing around. But I don't need to be changing the subject. So here comes somebody, and when they get close, I'll probably just, I got 20 minutes. But yeah, anyway, so colors and stuff. So like I try to express to people, realize that when people are explaining a phenomenon of a UFO thing that is the color white, and they're really not grasping for the words to say a light type energy or something, just introduce them to it's a glowing energy and see how much they want to lean towards that. And also, it doesn't have to be just in white light, it's amber, it's in the lights that we get. So yeah, I was on the rainbow thing. If you ever come across a rainbow that is not the true colors of a rainbow, then that is not a real reflection to be able to be a rainbow. That's something doing something different. So if you even take that understanding into a lot of these different colors of lightning we're starting to get, or have been getting, but the phenomenon's becoming bigger or whatever, then like in China they got red licorice lightning or something like that it's called. Something bizarre, and it's gonna be not real lightning, and or they don't even call it lightning, they're calling it a something like that, where it's different than light green. It doesn't act like light green. I think it just hangs suspended and so on and so forth. So what we got here is we got a church and a double cul-de-sac, kind of T-road double cul-de-sac, and that's where it ends. And the house on the double cul-de-sac, from the camera to there, the top house is there. I don't know, 1,000 feet, I'd say. And then, yeah, that's the idea about rainbow, to understand that. So, you know, we're having all these color phenomenons, and the American government's going to come out with some brochure on what's been going on and stuff, and you watch, it's going to be sphere is going to be their main calculated word, the word sphere. And that was an officer of RCMP just went by, and he was one in the ghost car. Kind of like gang division, I think, probably. First one was in one of those Ford things or whatever. Anyways, just looking for automobiles, I would say. The color aspect of it is a big item, because what we usually are perceiving to be UFOs is usually amber in color or white light. Like, I looked at you seen how quick I looked at that pole light? I keep doing it now, and looked at the light because it's just coming on, and then it came to you that quick, the lens, and it had already left a spot on my eye. Okay? That's how sensitive my eyes are. That's how quick they reacted. It's going to be similar with other people, most people, I would imagine, on an average. I do it with I've done it many times with the glowing energy. The phenomena of it. Testing it. Holding my eyes true to it and allowing them to try to continue through. Where I'm in that balance where I'm going, I know this is really one of them. Where I get enough of the details, because there's certain details, there's certain twinkling, there's certain character won't hold on, will test you a little bit. They'll give like a leaf idea or whatever, something's coming in between you and the vision, so you're blocked on successfully seeing that house on the other side of the tree or whatever you're being mimicked to understand. But once you get all through that BS, I'm watching a guy right now that his show, once you get through all that BS, I'm going to try to come back to the haunted gold mine, I think is what he called it. Some ghost, something ghost mine or whatever type thing. It's quite interesting. He's only been doing it for a year. Red bearded guy. Anyways, on just recently, a couple of videos back, and I was supposed to not go on the subject, he's spending the night down. He decided to spend the night down in one of his mines. He owns all this property with partners on it. 700 feet down level, I think it was, that he did. And he ended up talking about an experience, like he was hearing voices, you know, kind of like the voices, quiet, feminine, children-like, generally is probably what you're going to hear most of the time, when it's in a sense that you're going, what is that? What am I hearing? You know, and stuff like that. When it's kind of like an aggressive or just standing out to talk to you in a way, then that's a different kind of an experience than what I was describing, to be able to get that level, that kind of kiddish level. And he got that. He got where he was trying to sleep. He probably had his eyes like closed or whatever, but I think he still had, there was still a bat in the room or whatever type thing. Or I mean, there was, maybe he's seen it, but he said a bat hit him in the head. And he might have heard, he didn't mention that he heard it first squeaking or anything like that. And remember, all that stuff could be mimicked, even when the bat is in that area. And then all of a sudden you're in the dark and just something just taps your hat, head, whatever. And then the bat's right there because that timing is being waited for the bat to cross your light or something like that. That's a part of the mimicking. That's part of the pattern. That's a part of the memorization. That's part of so many setup things. Just end up showing you patterns, memorization, stuff that I've just memorized so much of different patterns. That's why I use the word tracker in my name. First, I used it because I figured out what I could understand was big beings and a number of different tracks. And then I went to the point of even changing my channel that was once called Bigfoot to Supernatural. And a mosquito, we're doing pretty good without mosquitoes so far. We're on June 12th or 13th. That's probably one of them worse around up there. There are dogs that live there, but see if the little yappy one doesn't right away with it. I can tell from where it's coming when I turn my head. It's not close enough to the house. It's not the house, it's the dog. Some other noise. So that's giving you an example that I'm really sure. Some people might pick up on some of my styles, like I'm exaggerating to try to see if it's coming down the road here. I'm acting like the dog could be coming down the road this way, and seeing if I could get another barks, because I wanted another try at placing it again. So that's me, my finickiness. And yeah, because I started to pull it back on my 100%. I was feeling very comfortable. Then I started to pull back because I only kind of did that one quick and bang it. And then that once I said house dog and stuff, it made me reflect a little bit, because I think their dogs are house dogs. And so the people living there, people walk their dogs here all the time. We're on a main spot over people. There's a trail right here, I think another trail there, very thick right here. And it's hard, you know, kind of not comfortable trails to walk in on this part of the park. You're in the part where the coyote attack happened, and stuff is right behind us there. And then this land all just ties into it, just a road crossing, and that's where the coyote goes all the time. There's 3 of them. They're a bit of a wild dog in them now or something like that too. You can kind of see all 3 of them look kind of different, but you know, they're part of the coyote kind of mob. I see them quite often. I can't remember what noise. I think I was just doing weird animal call or something like that, and stood there and had a stare down at probably about 100 feet or so for probably a minute, where he just would keep staring at me, and I just kept on with my different noises and stuff, and he was trying to figure out what's this dude all about. And they're the ones who had the reputation for knocking down a lady recently, which the lady never seen them knock her down. She just got up and then seen them standing over there making a bunch of ruckus and stuff, and then tracking her through the trails as she tried to leave. It was a 10-minute ordeal, I believe. Anyway, so yeah, that's these guys. And the mutilated are all part of it. You know, their glowing energy phenomenon thing, they can project it to the sky. There's not UFO stuff. Elon Musk says himself when he's being serious in a conversation, there's a couple out there, where he says he gets no understanding that someone has ever come into our system. And he might even say, I'm not sure, but maybe he even says that a prediction of maybe we're actually the first doesn't mean we're the greatest. It's nothing about that. Because people will bring in that greatest thing, and it's kind of like, no, we already have a perceived notion of a God or something, most of us, and that's the greatest, so we don't get to surpass that. We only get to do whatever's within the envelope of what we're able to do. Like creating laser light the way we have, where we can do that beam up there. We've created like that. Are we ever creating it where we can have a separation of the power and it's still flowing in its energy? That's the concern. And it's kind of like that's what these guys can do. So they're able to separate the energy that they own. And it's some kind of a glowing energy. So when people are seeing these different colored eyes that they're claiming, many of them are true. When people are claiming to see orbs, lots of times they're going to be seeing the probably actually eyes, many percentage. And then sometimes maybe a separation energy doing the orb so-called bit, or the UFO so-called bit. And knowing where the tree line is, and when you're looking and stuff, and them being able to utilize that without having to appear flying can be an advantage. Because when we're standing here in the pitch black, maybe we really don't get to see what's really there, and we get to see the slideshow, and all of a sudden we're realizing, oh, what's going on up there? Or maybe there's a pole right here, and because they can make their distance seem distant, light distant. And I was going before about when I looked at that light and stuff, and said it right away, it just made an imprint on my eye, in which it would do it pretty bad now, which I'm going to just do it as a test. I come back, and if I go like that, man, it's just there, it's still there. It's going to take a minute or so to even go away. But through testing with them, I haven't been able to get that knowledge completely yet. You know, there's one where I'm videotaping the two bears, and it happens just off where the two bears are on the road. So the bears are on the road right off in a tree that's closer than the bears. It happens. And the surrounding information tells us there's no houses, there's nothing, everything's way over there. And like towards the better part of a mile over there, or at least a half a mile. And so there's huge separation. And I was off view though, but I know at that point it never did. But I did call it in, and I said, hey guys, I think something just happened there. And then when I went into editing and looking at it and stuff like that, it was a degree of a light. It wasn't just like that. It was like that, but all shoved into 2 seconds or something. And in 2 seconds, you know, that in particular phone or whatever I got it on could probably do, 200 frames per second or something like that. So I got it. Yeah, I'm getting attacked here, eh? There's my Canadian A, so you can know that I am a Canadian. But I'm telling you, I need to talk about this, you guys. I've got a lot of ridicule that I've dealt with, and I think I can get beyond that now. After watching this brother in the mine, down there 700 feet, just trying to figure out what happens at night, in a way, is what he's doing. And I'm going to tag it to my community page. Go on my freaking community page and look at all the homework I've done for you, and you might not even know it exists. Go on the freaking community page. Oh yeah, I forgot. I hope you guys could hear me. Oh, brother. Are you running? Yeah. Well, I sure hope that was a nice, you're getting good view. Now tap into that motorcycle being exaggerated. So there's that pole right there. And then the wires are up there. You see how the wires go across to that pole in the background there? Let me touch that again. There we go. Let me brighten it up a little bit and lock that for a moment. And then I'll adjust it again. And I'm going to come down and so yeah, I got this little pole right in the center there. Oh yeah, there's the yellow marker for the support. Now I think I'm going to hit the adjust of focus. Try to get it back there a bit and then hit a light a bit. Yeah, that light's about nice. Right around in center, like pretty much right on center there. Was really awesome when I stroked past that. But let me just get myself a little bit more comfortable here. Act like it's necessary. And like that. That way I keep it in there for a little bit. And then if there needs to be an expansion, in other words, if they feel like gathering, they'll pull forward because they do that. They get comfortable enough that they'll pull forward. You get to hear a couple of little peeps right there going on. You're probably hearing it before that car was fully coming down or even started maybe. So I'm going to hit that. That's kind of doing bright there. Let's get that light over there. Get to hear a little bit of the growls there. You pick up on that? Indeed. Indeed, that's them. So that was growling what was trying to sound like car revving. So whoever was saying, no, that's not growling. That's right, because you were understanding it to be car revving, weren't you? So it's this period of night. So now they're actually starting noise off on this other direction too. So just so you know, that tree, red one there, red maple, whatever, that's about 25 feet away from me. So let me get the base of it there. And where you can see the ground, it's just at the cut of the grass, isn't it? So, okay, so that cut of the grass, I'm 15 feet away from that. So that cut of the grass to the tree is about, I'd say 12 feet. So I'm going to hit focus again there. Like this distance, it might be a nice distance, and it's all the natural light. I'll just do this small sweep. I'm going to do a little bit of a turnage. Hopefully the camera non-vibrate thing is doing a good job. I'm going to do a left sweep. I'm going to come back this way. Big adjustment on light there, eh? Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, because I'm almost at the end, I only got 3 minutes left, so I want to save a bit for some other time. Mosquito in my ear as you got to hear that guy barking. So right on, you're getting here another level of vocabulary right there with a few different barks. Cheers. Take me seriously. You might have even got to hear a little bit of fake voice going on there, guys. I'll let you know if anybody comes. I'm really serious. I'm not seeing any signs that that could be a person. Actual darkness, I'm not sure how dark it is. It's, cheers.